Hey, Tony Kegger here, and I'm back with our Summer of Wrestling. This is number 10, I think. And I'm doing CZW and TNA week. And the breakdown is going to be 6 CZW matches and 2 TNA matches. So that's 8 matches this week. And I normally do 7 matches. But the thing is, so I'm reviewing 94 matches for summer. And so that's 13 weeks. And so 7 matches times 13 equals 91. So I can't just do 7 matches every single week. It's not going to add up. So once in a while I might add an extra match, and we'll get to 94 somehow by the time I'm done with this. But yeah, CZW, they got their own like on-demand website now, czwstudios.com. And I found out like they have a promo code called WrestleCrate. You put it in, you get a free month, and so I took advantage of it. Got a month for free from CZW Studios, and so of course I wanted to watch some matches for summer wrestling, and also I have this DVD, TNA Best of Bloodiest Brawls Volume 1. So I'm gonna review a couple of those matches too. Originally it was gonna be just all a match from this DVD, and then I decided to combine the two. And so I was gonna make it more like 50-50, like a half and half, but there's too many CZW matches I want to watch. That's why it's 8 matches this week instead of 7. But now he says it's gonna be one of the best weeks I've had all year or all summer, because I have not really seen that many CZW matches. I've seen a few of them, but not like a ton. Like there's not, like, for example, WWE matches. There's not going to be a lot of like great WWE matches this summer just because I've seen all of them, or most of them. And my gimmick here is that they got to be matches I've never seen before. So CZW is a good pick because I probably count on like 2 hands how many CZW matches I've seen. Maybe a little more than that, maybe like 20. Still, like, it's a low number. And so I just looked up the best matches for CZW. I think I found some pretty good matches. So let's get into it. I hope that won't make this too long, but if I do, you can read the description and just pause this video, and everything you need to know will be in there. But here we go. The first match I saw right off the bat. This is when I was looking up matches. This one got mentioned many times, so I felt like this one I had to watch. And it's the Gusset Plate Death Match for the Ultraviolent Underground Championship. It's MASADA versus Danny Havoc at CZW New Heights on July 9th, 2011. And Gusset Plate, it looks like a picket fence almost, but they got these jagged edges, these jagged some kind of like nails onto it. Supposed to be like for like when you're making buildings. They put those on the buildings. So like it's like really like not stuff that you're supposed to be using in a match or anything. And I like how they actually when I was watching this match, I was thinking like, how is this match violent? They look like picket fences. They do not look like dangerous weapons. It's gonna like result in one of the bloodiest, most violent matches of all time. But they've pulled off. I think they did. They were able to pull it off by slowly going into it. Like they had spots where they weren't using the gusset fences as weapons like right away. They would like tease them like getting whipped into it, and then finally they would make contact with their back, and you would see the back bleeding. Then they would make contact with their face, and their face was bleeding. So they would establish that like when you make contact with it, it hurts and causes you to bleed. So then they started doing crazy spots with the fence, like people getting slammed on, using it as like almost like a steel chair and like whacking it. There's one sick spot. I don't even want to spoil it, where it's just nasty. And man, I was like almost freaking out. Like some of the stuff was like really hard to watch. I was like, holy shit! I kept like saying that a lot in this match, and even announcers at one point they were saying like just end this match, and I think they weren't kidding. I think they were like 100% serious. So it was getting pretty like scary at some points. I mean, some like spots where like they were having a lot of like bleeding a lot in the arm, bleeding a lot in the head, and I don't know. It was the spots weren't really that crazy. They didn't look that bad, but just all the blood loss, it was getting kind of like insane. And but I thought it was it had a great story. So they're actually wrestling, which is like violent spots. It was actually they were actually doing some wrestling and having some ring psychology and stuff. And I felt this had to be a 5-star match. I'm serious. And it's not like over the top like high spots, but like if you watch the highlights of this, you might not get like you might understand why I gave it 5 stars. It's one of the matches you gotta like watch the whole thing. It's like 20 minutes long, and then you probably by the end of it you'll probably understand why I gave it 5 stars. It's like you know, very like high quality death match. It's not like them just like hitting each other with light tubes. Just some storytelling and some like near falls and some actual like wrestling moves in this match. So it was really good. Spent a lot of time talking about the first match. It's gonna be a long video. I'm sorry. Next match I saw CZW. Gotta get a John Moxley match in here. And I picked one of his famous matches. It was John Moxley versus Brain Damage from Tournament of Death 8 on June 6, 2009. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was kind of short. And really, it was a good brawl, but it was only really famous for one spot where they had this like this blade sub spot where guy takes his like blade that's like electric, and the blade's like going back and forth, and just goes right around John Moxley, who's Dean Ambrose's forehead, goes like this like that, and cuts his forehead. And John Moxley did an interview with Smart Mark Video, and I'll have the YouTube clip in the description if I can remember, where he actually talks about this match, and he says how that spot was totally fake, and how like it felt like a baby's bottom, when it was going across his forehead. So he actually, he had to try it on his arm before the match, and he tried his arm before the match, and he didn't feel anything at all. It felt very like nice and smooth. But that was a good match. I liked it. I wish it was a little bit longer, and really just except for that one spot, it was just nothing like. They had some lot of hardcore spots, but nothing like I haven't seen before. Wasn't that unique or anything. It was cool to see John Moxley in there. And he had a pretty cool promo at the end too. Next match, Barbed Wire Massacre, Sabu versus Abyss, TNA Turning Point 2005. I gave this 4 stars. It was not that long. It was like 11 minutes. And I thought, like, because of the TNA match, that first of all, this is a barbed wire match. It was like a no ropes barbed wire match, like how Terry Funk and Sabu had for ECW. And I think they're saying this was the first ever no ropes barbed wire match on pay per view, at least in the United States. I don't know, it might have done it in Japan, maybe. But at least in the United States on pay per view, they've never done this before in any promotion. I thought maybe they were played safe because they are on pay per view. They wouldn't want to get too violent, but no, they were actually like Sabu got cut up with the with barbed wire, and Abyss getting hit with a barbed wire, and they hit some really like 6 spots I wasn't expecting to do with the barbed wire. It actually turned out pretty good, I thought. Pretty entertaining, and Sabu and Abyss, like 2 of the biggest hardcore wrestlers of all time. So I felt like they really like did a good job in this match. 4 stars. Next match saw AJ Styles versus Abyss. Abyss again. This is TNA Lockdown 2005. 4.25 stars. So 6 sides of steel match. Like pretty much like a steel cage match. And this match surprised me because I almost didn't review this match because I want to keep like a hardcore wrestling theme for this whole video. And I was saying like AJ Styles it's not gonna be much of a hardcore match because AJ Styles he's not really a hardcore wrestler. So how violent could it be? And this match was really like if you remember Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack at Backlash 2004, or Mick Foley versus Edge at WrestleMania 22. Sorry, Edge and Randy Orton were known the guys who were good wrestlers, but they weren't known as hardcore guys, and those two matches really made people look at them differently. It's oh, they can wrestle hardcore matches. This is AJ Styles Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton match where he actually got busted open. He was bleeding. It made him look like a tough guy and took some pretty nasty bumps. But they then started mixing up with hardcore spots and regular wrestling moves, and ended up being a really fun match. So I gave it 4 stars. I might even underrated a little bit, but it was really good. I was kind of surprised. So yeah, definitely try to check that one out. Next one, I think I'm halfway through. This is a famous CZW match. Another one that came up a couple of times when I was looking up matches to watch. DJ High versus Thumbtack Jack from CZW Tournament of Death 8. Same one with John Moxley versus Brain Damage match. This match was crazy. A lot of sick spots with weapons and stuff. But it, kind of like the first match I reviewed with the Gusset plates. It wasn't just hardcore spot to hardcore spot. They actually tried to tell a story. They actually did some wrestling matches, but they had some nasty spots with syringes going to the cheeks and everything, and some needles that the guy was putting in his head, and he took a cinder block, and oh man, pretty crazy stuff. And I like this match too. It was our 4.25 match, so good stuff there. Next one is a death match for the Ultraviolent Underground Championship at CZW Best of the Best 10 on April 9, 2011. This was Danny Havoc versus, see if I can get this right, Jun Kasai. And this match, oh man, awesome. Just awesome. Again, these guys could wrestle, and yeah, cool story about how Danny Havoc looked up to Jun Kasai. Jun Kasai was his role model or something. Kind of Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. How it was Chris Jericho idolized Shawn Michaels. It's kind of same thing where Danny Havoc idolized Jun Kasai. And it was a dream match for him, getting to wrestle someone who inspired him to get into death match wrestling. And so that part, that part got me interested in the match. Seeing can he beat the veteran? Because I didn't think Jun Kasai was a champion. He was trying to get, and Danny Havoc was going for the title. And just some really crazy spots with glass plates, and oh man, I think Jun Kasai got his back really messed up, and just really a train wreck, but it was still entertaining too, and some really good near falls. I think the crowd was really into it. It's always good when the crowd's into it. So I gave this one 4.5 stars. I really liked it a lot. Oh man, awesome match. Next match. So another thing CZW does is the Cage of Death, which is they're almost their Hell in a Cell. And I've seen 3 of those matches, so I had to watch a Cage of Death match. I heard this one was really good, and this was let me name out the people in this match. It was the High Five team of Zandig, Nick Gage, Ian Knox, White Beater, New Jack, and Lobo versus Team Ultraviolence of Adam Flash, Nick Hatred, the Backseat Boys, Messiah, and B-Boy. This is from CZW Cage of Death 5, suspended on December 13, 2003. And this match it's pretty crazy. First of all, New Jack's this match, so right off the bat, that's pretty awesome. But man, this match was crazy the whole way. I mean, people flying off, going to tables, and then just non-stop action. It was kind of confusing with the rolls, and there's all these swerves going on. But besides that, it was just some of the sickest spots I've ever seen. Spots they were crazy. They even tried some of these spots. So even though the rolls were kind of confusing, and it's kind of a war game style match too, and I didn't quite understand how how you win the match. There's eliminations too, and it was kind of confusing, and there's people switching teams and stuff, and people getting backstabbed and everything. And so that part might have hurt a little bit, but just nonstop entertainment. It wasn't even that bloody of a match. It wasn't. There was not many like 6 spots. There's like so many like crazy table spots, and this is our 4.5-star match. I mean, this is so fun to watch. I had so much fun watching this match. And let's see, I'm at the last one now. Thank God. It's a long video, I think. This one I put in later. I was gonna stop there at Cage of Death, but then while I was watching the Jun Kasai versus Danny Havoc match, they mentioned how it had been 10 years since this match that happened in 2001, and people were still talking about today and how crazy it was. And Jun Kasai was in that match too. And so I'm thinking, oh man, let's see if CZW Studios has that match. I would like to see it, and they did have it. They had that show, the show called CZW on Unbelievable from April 14, 2001. So I checked it out. It was a Fans Bring the Weapons match with Jun Kasai and Nick Mondo, who's like a death man. He's like a death match legend, I think, versus Justice Payne, who once faced CM Punk in his only CZW match, and Johnny Casimir, who I think was in one of those other matches I saw today, or saw like this week. Can't remember. He might have been in a Cage of Death match. I don't know, I forget. But anyway, this match, a little disappointing. I thought it'd be more violent. First of all, after the Gusset Plates match, it's like everything here was like not as violent as I thought it would be, because that Gusset, it's tough when the first match you watch is a 5-star death match. Because then everything else after that just seems like weak in comparison. And this kind of felt that way. Where I've seen so many death matches at this point for the week that like some of the spots just weren't impressing me. And this match is famous for Jun Kasai having some kind of elbow injury that's so bad you can kind of see the bones sticking out his elbow, but it really happens late in the match, so you don't really notice it until like the match is over. What they do was like in the show or maybe in the DVD, but it was on demand. They did like 5 minutes of him getting medical attention after the match, and they showed better then. But then, as you actually watch, you don't really notice it too much. So, and there's some good hardcore spots and some good stuff, but it's just like it was like a dime a dozen. There was nothing really about this match that really separated from other like death matches. So I enjoyed it a lot, but I gave it 3 3/4 stars. Almost gave it 4 stars, but I felt like there's nothing really there that made me think it was a 4-star match. But still a really good match. I'm kind of glad I saw it, but it's not like it didn't feel like a must-see match. So I'm a little disappointed to be a little bit better. But other than that, still a very good week for CZW and TNA week. The CZW matches were awesome. I enjoyed them. I think I picked a really good collection. The TNA matches delivered too, so that's great. But let's skip top 5 matches week for now. That'll be my description. But let me tell you my top 5 matches summer, because there is a couple matches here that reaches top 5 now. So let's go into it. Number 5 match now this summer is Davey Richards versus Michael Elgin from Ring of Honor Showdown this Sunday 2. It's a 4.5-star match. Okay, number 4, new match now. It's Danny Havoc versus Jun Kasai match from Best of the Best 10. 4.5 stars. Number 3, Tanahashi versus Okada. Wrestle Kingdom 9. 4 3/4 stars. Number 2, a new match here. The MASADA versus Danny Havoc Gusset Plate match. 5 stars from CZW New Heights. And then number 1 match summer. Got some competition this week, but stayed alive for another week. It's Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher, IWA Mid-South, something to prove. And that's another 5-star match. So yeah, some really good matches this week. Man, a lot of these matches, only 2 of them made the top 5, but a lot of these matches here have a good chance of being a top 25 video. I'm going to do it at the end of the summer. But I'm going to end this now. I'll tell you right now, next week, going to Ring of Honor. And so I've already decided next week is Young Bucks Super Kick Party DVD week. This DVD right here. Oops. Yeah. So matches from that DVD will be the featured matches next week. So thanks for watching.